Every single protozoa, every single bacterial cell, every life form that laid out its blueprints and fed upon other life forms to make those blueprints actualized in its DNA has advanced throughout the aeons to meet in you, to make you as an individual. All of these blueprints in the DNA are in your blood. These are the blood of the spirits, all the spirits that have come before, and the possibility of all the spirits to come. All the gods, all the demons, all the possibilities of evolution are within you now. We have advanced over many millions of years to reach this point and to reach you as an individual. All of these life forms have lived, laid out their plans, died, and fueled themselves on other life forms to create this moment for you. Your spirits are in your blood. Your DNA, those blueprints, they have an astral equivalency. And the astral equivalency is fairly plain. All the people that you have been attribute to your astral representation of your soul, your astral shell. This material shell is very dense. The astral shell is much lighter, much thinner, but much more complex and much more conscious of itself than our material consciousness here and now. It has been a long journey, and life itself is a long journey. But you have been given this opportunity because of so many plans, by so many little life forms, so many big life forms, and so much feeding to make this opportunity for you, for us. You know, in the Bible it says that the stars are fallen angels, but that's not quite the whole story. Stars are the most material slash base energetic form of those beings that we call stars. It's almost like stars are the skin cells on the surface of our body. They are echoes. They are the farthest reaches of vast spirits that exist in the astral and causal realms. Saturn, the planet itself, is the farthest reaches of the being that is Saturn. And we see it in the material realm because that's its most basic form. Just how Tiamat is the rings around Saturn. It says that Marduk slew Tiamat. And the moon that was around Saturn was Tiamat's most material form that was destroyed, and now those pieces go around Saturn. What I'm getting at here is that the astral forms are far greater, far more intense, far more there, far more present, far more conscious than the material. We see our material bodies in our minds, in our brains, in our endeavors in this world. We see them as being the composition of us, but it is not the composition of us. There are things beyond this current conscious mind that we are experiencing even this video together in. There is greater consciousness to a single soul that the smallest portion of the mind, that is the conscious mind of the material body, experiences. The ancestors and the spirits of every people and every individual know this. That's why they see death as transitory. The greater consciousness in the soul is beyond the material consciousness of a single lifetime. This is why you can't sell your soul. It'd be as if a cup of water dipped into the ocean was trying to sell the ocean. And I'm just talking about a single soul at a time. That's how much bigger a soul is than this single lifetime, this single material existence, this single material mind, this material consciousness. The soul is so much bigger. We can tap into that. We can get rid of the cup and merge our immediate material consciousness into the grander consciousness of our soul, but it is difficult. And this matrix, this material realm, these material universes exist to test the finite waters amidst the infinite. Our little cups are isolated for a time. Seems like a long time when we're alone, when we're sad, when we're depressed, when we're anxious. Seems like a long time, but it is not. There is so much more vastness to time and space, even though that they are illusions. These little sections of the ocean that is a single soul are isolated in lifetimes in a cup, because experience, it must be individual as well as collective. This is why God became everything. Because to truly experience something, you have to experience it as an isolated individual. And however, how much pain that causes, how much anxiety that causes, that is both the curse and the wonder of an individual life. We, without all our faculties, with only a limited number of faculties, only a limited amount of abilities, only a limited amount of understanding and consciousness in a single lifetime, we are isolated and asked to understand this little quantity of time and space that we occupy, even while truly being something much vaster. It seems like a cruel torture sometimes. It seems like a punishment of sorts. But that's not quite the case, because we have more freedom than we think. We have more agency. We have more ability. The amount of a small cup of water is isolated from the ocean. It's isolated, sure. But if that cup is isolated, it is born. It grows, it experiences, it makes choices. It has the ability to make choices, to do things all on its own, without all the other things that are inherent in its nature. And then that's how the grander thread of existence is stitched together, is woven together. All these little understandings, all these little lifetimes we experience, all these little journeys, however small, however terrible, however great, however happy, however joyous, whatever it is everything trying to experience itself in an isolated form that is us as individuals. And every single person is so unique because of this process that we'd be fools not to try to take advantage of it to the greatest extent. Try to understand ourselves, realize things. Make our hopes realistic, sure, but have hopes, have dreams. But always in the back of ourselves, we have to understand that we're so much more. Try to make the best of now before now becomes infinity again. Because all the little nows and all the little bests, all the little worsts become the grander experience. I'm never quite satisfied with how I communicate things, but I hope this has given you a glimpse into what I'm getting at for this video. And this isn't necessarily a message of hope or a message of sorrow. It's a message saying that you make this little experience in this one life into whatever you decide to make it into. And when it comes down to it, it's as simple as that. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this has been interesting. I hope this has been helpful. Feel free to leave a like and comment below. At any rate, I hope all of you have a wonderful day.